Hi guys, welcome back to the Creative Corner for a real talk time today. And you are going to have some glare on the glasses because I have a window open across from me because it is actually 60 degrees outside and it's nice. So I want some fresh air in here. So I tried to record this video before, but somehow the video ended up broken and so it never got posted on YouTube. Which is fine because I ended up doing some more research anyway, and I decided that we're actually going to break the video up into two parts. And so we're going to focus on the Amazon ban today, and then we'll talk about licensing another day in another video. But Amazon has gotten some. I'm going to need these later for reading, okay? But hopefully that helps with our glare. Amazon has gotten some hate lately in the reader world and in the world in general. So there's this thing, February 28th, where people are wanting to do an economy blackout. An economy blackout is when you don't spend money at corporations in order to basically show them how powerful you are as how powerful we are as a mass, all right? And so people are calling for this blackout, asking people not to shop at Walmart, Target, Amazon, anything corporate owned. All right. You can shop small, but they don't want to support the corporations. This is supposed to be a way to show the Trump administration that we're not going to take the continued rise in prices. We're not going to take the continued inflation. We're not going to support the things that they're putting in place. And just basically to show that we have other ways of doing things instead of just supporting corporates. And this is primarily because we know that corporates are greedy and they have shown lots of backing towards Trump and the administration there. So it's a silent, peaceful protest in a way, but it does have some drawbacks for certain things. So we're going to talk about the Amazon side of things. Amazon works a little different than Walmart and Target. Okay, Walmart and Target are a corporation. They have warehouses. They go and get their stuff from the warehouses, yada yada. They have sellers that are not small town businesses. All right. Uh, but Amazon does have sellers that are small town businesses. So if you boycott all of Amazon, you are not just boycotting the company itself, you are actually boycotting your neighbor, your friend, your cousin, your sibling, um, their livelihood, all right? And we're going to talk about this in the way of authors, particularly since this is a booktuber page. A lot of indie authors use Amazon for publishing because KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, which is made by Amazon, is a really simple and easy way to get your books published. And Amazon has all these different outlets. Like you can pay for promotions on there. You can give up more of your royalties for them to do something called expanded distribution, which gets your books into the eyes of the bookstores, or you can take more of your royalties and not do expanded distribution and then do distribution yourself, which is what I do. I take the 70% royalties on my Kindle books and I just do promoting myself instead of 35% and have them do promoting. Honestly, I think Amazon is very fair in royalty wise, all right? If I publish a paperback book and I set that paperback book price for $10. All right. I will probably see an income of $3 to $4 on that paperback book. That's because that paperback book is not 70% royalties. It's 60%. But out of your royalties, you also have to pay the printing cost for your books, and Amazon has their own printing place, their own binding and printing system. And so as an author, that's just as an independent author, that's just a fee you have to pay. It doesn't matter where you go. You have to pay to print your books. All right? And so that's fine. I think that's reasonable. On my Kindle books, which don't need printed, they just need zipped to someone, I do 70% royalties. I place a book for 40 bucks. Yikes. Don't ever buy a $40 ebook, guys. That's way too much. For $4. I say this book's going to be $4. I get about $3, like $2.87, $3 out of that $4. All right? Because there's not as much that goes into what Amazon has to do for that book. All right? So I think personally they're very fair about it. But this Amazon boycott is encouraging readers to get rid of their KU subscriptions and to not purchase anything via Amazon. And if an author is not wide, meaning that they do not have their book on multiple platforms, if they only have their book on Amazon, this could be detrimental to them. All right. So KU is Kindle Unlimited. It is Amazon's subscription service for ebooks. They have one for Audible where you can get audiobooks and you pay like $15 a month and you get a credit and you turn that credit in for a book, which is a decent deal because most audiobooks are around $20, all right? There's a lot more that goes into an audiobook than it goes into a paperback because you also have to get narrators and stuff. There's a lot the author has to pay there too. All right? But KU is for ebooks specifically. And sometimes they'll have a deal where if you buy the ebook, you get the audiobook for like $1.99 to add on to it. I no longer have KU as a reader. I just don't. I buy my books instead of borrowing them. KU is you pay a subscription fee every month and then you can read as many books as you want from the KU library. All right, an author can determine if they want their book listed in KU. Most of mine were. They're being taken down. Um, most of my royalties don't come from KU. Most of them come from actual sales instead of KU. And so I'm taking most of mine off KU and I'm looking at going wide. And if I go wide, I can't be on KU. Because if you are on KU for Amazon, their contract states that if you are on KU and you are using their system, you have to be Amazon exclusive. So if you are wide and you are on KU, please, please, please go read your contract because the last time I checked mine, it said that I had to be Amazon exclusive if I was signed up for KU. So I am removing my books from KU, most of them. Some of them are still on it. So I can go wide. So I can move over to a couple different publishing houses and mess around there and see what's going on and just kind of get it more expanded. I do have my kid books still on KU because for kids, if your kid reads a lot and a parent has KU, that's a really easy way for them to get kid books. So the Inker series probably won't go wide. I'm gonna be honest. The Legends of 334 series. I don't know why I called it the Inker. Probably because the Inker's the first book and it focuses on him. But Legends of 334 will probably stay on KU simply because I have students whose parents have KU specifically for them, for their kids to get the books they want. And so, and if your kid is reading a lot, it's a cheap price. Because if you pay $15 a month, I really don't think KU is that much. I haven't had KU for a while. But if you pay $15 a month and your kid is reading 5-10 books a month, it already pays for itself. And so I'm going to leave my kid ones on there. And probably when my sci-fi kid series comes out, it will probably stay on KU too. But the KU boycott is hurting KU authors. KU, what happens is Amazon has a specific budget for Kindle Unlimited. They send it out to authors every couple months. I get it. And it says, this is how much we have budgeted. All right. What the authors get from KU is determined by page reads and how much of their book is read. All right. So if your book is like 65 pages, pretty much the whole book has to be read for them to get royalties. If your book is like 500 pages, I think it's like 40% of the book has to be read for the author to get royalties. It's the way that Amazon does this because technically, being in KU, you have given them the license to your manuscript. And so people are paying to borrow that book, like almost like a library in a sense, but they pay like a monthly price to have access to all this. It's a subscription service, just like we do for, I don't know why I keep touching my face today, just like we do for Netflix or HBO or anything like that. It's a subscription service, all right? And so if you are paying KU and you are reading enough, it's good. Me personally, I fluctuate in how many books I read, and a lot of the books I read are not on KU. And so I got rid of KU because of that. A lot of the books I read, I love indie books, okay? But I have been trying to focus on reading the books I really, 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 really want to read and not just because I know the author. And so I got rid of KU because I'm reading more traditionally published books than I have in the past. And you're like, if you've been with me for a while, you're probably like, what? You always read indie, you always promote indie. I love indie, and I'm gonna keep reading indie, but I also freaking love Ali Hazelwood and Rainbow Rowell and the person who wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue. I can't see the name at the moment because my glasses are off. All right. And Rick Riordan and Laura Olympus. I love all these books that are traditionally published. And so I can't get them on KU. They're not on KU. A lot of traditional authors don't use KU because their books are worth a lot more. It's weird to say, but when you're an indie author, your sales, you lower your price so you can get more sales. But traditionally published authors don't really have to worry about that because their publishing house gets all their promotions out there and stuff. And so they can afford to be like, my ebook is $14.99 and my paperback is $15.99 and my hardback is $21.99. Meanwhile, indie authors have to be like, my ebook is $5.99, my paperback is $10.99, my hardcover is $20.99 because I have to pay for the hardcover fee. Sorry, guys. And so it's we're not talking about the differences between indie and traditional. Okay, back on track. So the KU boycott, the Amazon boycott, is going to affect your local authors. And I'm going to put my glasses on to read a couple things that I saved specifically for this video. So please forgive the glare, but I literally can't see without these. I'm looking at my screen and I can see my hair and then a blob. And then I know this is a skeleton poster because it's got all the pretty colors on it. And then I know that this area is my SEPA thing. So one of them is hippie and one of them is the I want to believe alien poster. But otherwise, and I'm pretty sure that this is a Skyrim one because it's also SEPA colored somewhere in this area. My thing is all messed up. So we're gonna do this. So forgive the glare. All right, so I saved a couple things here to read to you about this this Amazon boycott. We're gonna read this first one first, and I found this one today. It was published by a Miss Walker. I'm gonna kind of cover the name because I don't technically have their permission to share this, but I feel like if you share something publicly on Facebook, it should be overall permission. But we're gonna read this. You can't see it. It's just a white screen. All right. So this Miss Walker, she said, I get this Amazon boycott thing. Believe me, I do. I am team eat the rich and free Luigi. However, here's why you should not cancel your Kindle Unlimited subscriptions. And don't let your friends cancel. If you see someone talking about the KU boycott and Amazon boycott, please correct them with facts. If you see something, say something sort of applies to this because there are people spreading bad info about this right now. What's more, if you really want to hurt Amazon, keep your $12 a month subscription and read the fuck out of the KU books. Why? KU is a loss lender for Amazon, meaning it's not the moneymaker for them you think it is. They use it to bring you to the platform. So if you read a ton of KU books, you're actually making Amazon pay out even more to authors than they're making in your KU subscription fees. Get it? Very true. That's why they have the budget system. Amazon itself does not make a lot from KU. The authors are the ones who make more from it, and that all depends on pages read and stuff. Here's another reason to keep your KU membership. Canceling KU and not buying ebooks on Amazon will only hurt indie authors who won't be successful on other platforms. Many have tried to sell on other platforms and nearly had to quit because the money and readers aren't there. Most readers go to Amazon. The reason being is Amazon is a reliable source for digital content. Everyone's known this. They have been one of the biggest marketing things for ebooks for ages. And so most people go there. And so if you stop buying ebooks on Amazon, you're going to ultimately hurt your author friends because even though you see more author friends going wide, there are actually not as many authors wide as there are on Amazon. Where were we? Plus, the other platforms you'll use instead of Amazon are also owned by billionaire assholes. So you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. The only exception to this is if you buy direct from indie authors. However, and this is a big one, indies can't sell ebooks that are in KU because they have to be exclusive to Amazon for digital products. And as stated earlier, removing the KU membership from our books would tank our careers to the point we have to quit. That means less books for you to binge, and I'd imagine it'll be a lot less books published. I removed most of mine from KU, but as I said, it's because I'm going wide and I'm experimenting. I do still have some on KU because it does bring in a little income, and I know I have readers who rely on KU. If I get rid of KU completely, I'm going to lose readers because they have KU and that's how they pay for their books. I average 80 to 85% of my full-time author royalties based on KU page reads alone. Good for you, Walker. Good for you. Most of mine comes from paperbacks and ebooks, primarily ebooks, but good for you. I'm proud of you. That's really good. Royalties are based on KU pages read alone, the blue part of the graph below. If you all keep canceling KU, tons of indie authors will have to stop writing, period. And then she has like a little chart. Since she said this and it looks public, her name is Jackie Walker, if you would like to go look her up. Another thing that I saved to show you, to read to you about this, is, I think in my photos gallery. Hopefully I didn't delete it. No, I found it. Okay, so this author is one of my friends. I've known her for a while. Her name is Penn Cassidy, and she shared this, and it's her 2 cents on the Amazon boycott, and I think that it is very important and that we should read it too. My 2 cents on the Amazon boycott. I think it's no secret that I'm all for eating the rich. I don't want to support the Zon any more than many of you. However, my reality as an indie author is that I make 95% of my living off of my KU sales alone. Again, good job. Proud of you. For the last 6 years, I have made this my full-time occupation. Full transparency, in 2019 to 2021, I was consistently making between 4K to 6K a month, and that was very normal for me. Now here we are in 2025, and I have over 20 books published. Yet I am making between 500 to 1,500 a month, if that. I've had to supplement my income with a graphic design business just to stay afloat, and it's working to an extent. But Wallflower Designs also relies on other authors being able to afford my services, meaning my design business also directly correlates to the book sales climate. Personally, I am dreading the Amazon boycott. I am already behind on bills and have missed a whole month of rent already due to KENP payouts getting smaller. My hospital stay didn't supplement my income with my graphic design business. Oh, my hospital stay. Hold on. I switched to the next photo and there we go. Didn't help matters. But I am now dreading the drop of sales due to the boycott. The facts are that Amazon is too large to care about boycotts. They know they are the monopoly. KU is already a profit loss for them. Many of us have attempted to go wide with our books, but there isn't a consistent readership anywhere outside of KU. My best-selling series on KU sold 0 copies in 3 months when I went wide. It just is not possible for everyone. I hate the corporate bigwigs as much as the next person, but I fear this will only end up harming us little guys in the end. We are seen as necessary casualties of war, and that sucks. It's true. Okay? As I said, I'm part KU, part not. Okay? I have some on KU and some not. I'm kind of experimenting at the moment. I took some down so that I can try wide, but I'm not taking them all down. My royalties come from my ebooks. Penn Cassidy writes way longer books than me. She writes novels. I used to write novels. I shrunk down to novellas because my audience is college age and younger, and they went through a phase where they just wanted novellas. They wanted like short things, and that was like the #1 selling thing for so long. So I shrunk it. I am now moving up to novels again. But like she said, her KENP payments are getting smaller. KENP is basically our royalty system from Amazon, and KENP is the Kindle Unlimited payment systems too. All right, I don't. Wow that she used to bring in K a month. All right, I'd never brought in a K a month. My biggest royalty check has been $75 my entire author career since 2018. All right, last month my royalty check was $50. I still have to supplement my income because of that. But I'm not a full-time author, and I can't be a full-time author at the moment. I would love to be a full-time author. My dream goal is to be a full-time author when eventually that I'm married and have kids and can be a stay-at-home mom and a full-time author. That would be my dream goal. But at the moment, I have cats to feed. I have some medical debt I'm trying to pay off. And Amazon and Kindle books, author books, my books. Okay, books and editing and Mary Kay and the publishing house that I'm working for. and my full-time job, well, part-time job, all 5 of these jobs that I do still do not make ends meet. I still have to struggle every month to make these ends meet. And it's part of our economy and part of the fact that I've got medical debt. But if people stop buying ebooks from Amazon, it's going to even put me in a bind because of the fact that my royalty checks will disappear. And I rely on those checks. Every author relies on those royalty checks. I think I'm touching my face because my glasses aren't there. I think that's what it is, because I keep reaching up to fill them and push them up my nose, and they're not there. So I get wanting to boycott companies, but boycotting KU specifically, and ebook specifically, is not going to hurt Amazon. It's just going to hurt your author friends, the indie authors out there that are just trying to live in this environment. And like Cassidy said, she has a design business on the side to help supplement income. I have an editing business on the side to help supplement income. I'm also helping a author friend with her publishing company that she just launched, okay? All of that stuff, like signups for anthologies, editing for books, cover creation, that all relies on authors being able to afford those services, because we can't just offer the services for free, okay? But authors can't afford those services if they are not selling books. And so this boycott is going to hurt, in a sense, more than it's going to hurt your greedy corporate eat the rich people, okay? And so I personally am anti-Amazon boycott. I'm fine with boycotting Walmart and Target, all right? I mean, I got a Dollar General, and I live in rural Nebraska, and I can get the stuff I need at our local grocery store and survive. I don't need to go to a big name store to get it. All right. But Amazon is the only bookstore really close by. You have to travel outside of town to get to a bookstore. The closest indie bookstore, I think the closest bookstore is North Platte, and it's 45 minutes away. I haven't actually been to that one. And then there's one in Kearney that I go to, and I've been told that there's one in Overton, but I have not gone to that one yet. I'm gonna have to. And I know there's a really nice one in York, owned by a very nice old guy, and it's literally floor to ceiling books. He has no space for books. They're literally stacked from floor to ceiling. It's the best bookstore in the world. If you haven't gone, you gotta go. Okay? But it's rural Nebraska, and so indie bookstores have weird hours. And so, yeah. So anyway, I rely a lot on Amazon, and I've switched a lot to ebook and audiobooks. For my audiobooks, I don't even have a subscription. If I can't get an audiobook on Libby through my library, then I just buy the ebook, and I used my accessibility feature on Kindle to have it read it to me. That's how I do it, because audiobooks are expensive too. But I'm still supporting the system by buying the books, and I'm still supporting the system by, if I borrow a book from the library, I review the book. And reviews help authors get seen, because Amazon keeps track of how many reviews they get on the platform, and they're like, oh, this person has lots of reviews, this person can be seen more. I actually am banned from reviewing on Amazon for stupid reasons. Zahn, if you're watching this, I want it noted that I've supported you through this entire video, despite the fact of 2 years of you and me going back and forth on this ban review thing. Please, please, please unban me from reviews. You let me review on Goodreads, and that's attached to you, so why not Amazon? I know why, but stop, okay? I'm not biased just because I read the same books that my friends write. Alright? We're authors, and we're indie authors, and we all know each other. It's just kind of the system. Alright? So unban me. Anyway, so if you're borrowing books, review the books, because that helps the authors too. Alright? So that's just my 2 cents on this Amazon boycott. I think it's dumb. I think that readers should not be boycotting KU, because ultimately they're going to hurt the authors that they love. Let me know in the comments what you think. And let me know in the comments if you want me to do part 2 focusing on the licensing, because Amazon announced that they were going to not allow people to download their ebooks onto their computer after the 26th, which is today, I believe. Today, the 26th. No, I'm pretty sure that's a 4. After the 26th, though. Is that a 4? Hold on. It's a 2 something. It's a 24. So on the 26th, they're not gonna let people download their ebooks anymore, back them up. Like, you can download them on your Kindle devices, but you can't back them up on your computer. So let me know if you want me to do a part 2 focusing on that. Alright, guys, and let me know in the comments what you think about this KU and Amazon boycott. Alright? Just remain civil and we'll all be friends. I want to hear your thoughts. And as honestly, as long as you're not using slurs or attacking someone verbally, like through cussing or anything, you're pretty much allowed to say whatever you want on my pages. I like to keep it a safe space and make sure that no one feels really attacked. So share your opinion civilly. Share your opinion nicely, like a good human being, and we will all get along. And I want to know what y'all think. Will you be boycotting Amazon? Why or why not? All right, guys. I hope you have a great day and stay warm. If it's cold where you're at, we finally got some nice weather. I went on a walk. I've got a window open with some fresh breeze, and I'm going to go work on a book that will be coming out in June in an anthology with Phoenix Voice Anthologies. And it's called Not One. Bye, guys.